Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Adora Gold. Today we'll be discussing about immigration legal matter. Today we'll be dealing on people who wants to migrate to the UK through the teachers training program. This has been on for a while, but there has been a big change and some countries have been added to the countries that could access through this program qualified teacher status, QTS. So when we come back, we will explore. Well, this QTS has been on, but it's just that some more countries have been added to it starting from today. So the countries that have been added to that can apply for QTS, it's Ghana, Nigeria, India, Singapore, Zimbabwe, Ukraine, South Africa, and Jamaica. So you see, it's good news. So now, who can qualify? Who is qualified for a QTS, or who can apply, and what is the eligibility? So today we'll be going through the eligibility, who qualifies, and what qualifications do you need, and the requirements to be able to qualify for QTS. But I will break it down as we go along, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe so that next time I upload a video, you'll be the first to be notified. So let's get into the video. If you're a teacher from overseas country and you want to migrate and work as a teacher in the UK, you have to go through the main processes that I'll let you know right now. It's your license application, which is your qualified teacher's application. Then the second one is your job search and your job application. Then the last one is your skilled worker visa application. So I'm going to explain what and how to apply for this license and every other stuff that you need to know. Then if you need any more questions, you can always contact me, or you can always write below this video. For you to be able to teach in the UK, you will need a bachelor's degree. It's not necessary that your bachelor's degree will be in education, but it can be in another discipline. But then for you to qualify for teacher's training, then you need a bachelor's degree. But I will advise you, because there's a lot of competition, because a lot of people are rushing now to apply, but they will give priority to those who are already teachers, rather than giving to those who are just coming in, who have never been teachers before. But if you're a teacher, you have teaching experience, and you've already have your degree in education, or you have a diploma in education, and you have a degree, just add them together, then it will make the process to be very easy for you. So another requirement is that you have to be registered with the teachers regulatory agency in your home country. You have to be registered. Like in Nigeria, I think they do have regulatory agencies. So they will be asking you for the registration. You also need to have 2 years experience. They said from 9 months to 2 years as a teacher. That one is very important for the license application and for job searching, because when you put it through, they will have to check all these things. You also need like a police clearance, or like here we'll call it DBS. It's optional though, but it's just to show that you don't have a criminal record, or you're clean. So, and whenever you're registered for any professional body in the UK, I know that you have to do like a DBS, especially working with vulnerable people, working with vulnerable children, you do need it to apply for your teacher application. So it's very important. So you also be required to provide 2 references from your place of work. So you also need like your senior high school certificate, like WAEC and or like GCSE. In Nigeria, you have to provide things like your GCSE. So they will compare it what you have from the one that is required in the UK to match it to make sure that you passed it. And as most especially, they will make emphasis on the English. So rather than just to make sure that you know you passed your exam. So they make emphasis of English language. If you're not proficient in your English language, what they will have to do is you have to go and do an English test. But if your BSc was taught in English, then they may not say that you need English language. But if you were taught in English, like countries that are taught in English, you might not really need to write an English test. But if you have to write an exam, it has to be qualified. It has to be up to like B2 test, or like when you go and do Trinity test, and there's some places where you qualified agencies where you have to do all this test to be able to for English language test. So in every country, check, or I'll write below where you can do your English test exam. But however, like what I said, if your bachelor's degree was taught in English, then you don't need this. Okay, as part of this application, you are required to fill in a safeguarding form so that you'll be able to be qualified to apply. So these are documents that you need to apply for QTS, for teachers program status. So when you have finished gathering all of this, so now how do you put your application together? There are 4 routes that the government have made possible to go through. So you apply for assessment only QTS. So which is you apply for only QTS. So they will assess you and they'll check or if you didn't fit, then they will give it to you. So, but the second process is apply for teachers training in England. If you don't want to go through all the assessment, so you train in any UK university as a teacher, then after that, then you can automatically become a teacher. You can apply for QTS and start teaching. But that you have to pay to go to the school. So the third one is you have to apply for international qualified teacher status, which is for teachers in overseas status can apply for this. After the training, they'll give them their QTS and they'll give them their teaching license to teach in the UK. So all these processes, they are so long, they can be expensive and they can be complicated. But the last process is to apply for QTS through the teaching regulation agencies, which is quite very straightforward and it's not expensive at all. It's not complicated. You just have to go ahead and apply for it. But it has to be that you're already under the countries that I mentioned earlier. So you don't need other processes if you're under the countries I've mentioned before, like Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, India, Singapore, Zimbabwe, Ukraine, South Africa, Jamaica, Gibraltar. If you're from the European Union, so you can apply for QTS through the Teachers Regulation Agency. But if you're not from any of this country, then you have to use the other 3 processes. That is not straightforward. They are very straight because you have to go to school, you have to pay for it, So it's so long. But now the good news is that from today, these countries that have been added today, 1st of February 2023. So the UK government have added these countries that I already mentioned. So from today now, you can start clicking and start applying. If you're already a teacher, you can just go straight and apply for QTS directly through the teachers regulatory agencies. So you don't have to do any assessment, you don't have to do any training, you don't have to do any international qualification training, you just apply direct. So take note of if you're a teacher already from the countries that I've said, so go through all the requirements I've already said before. You put it together, because if you don't put it together, you start the application, then you will not be able, it will log you out. It will log you out. If so, you have to make application to ENIC. So ENIC is the one that will check that the results that you have is okay to use it to if it qualifies for bachelor's degree. For those that do not do bachelor's degree but they've done other, maybe diploma or other teachers training in their country, so they will check the comparison to check if it's okay. So you need what is called statement of comparability, so which shows that, which they will have to give you a certificate to prove it, which you need during your application. So you must have completed your teachers training, which is your level 6 initial English teacher qualification, so which you already have in your country. Like if you have already had your bachelor degree like in education, so this now will help you through. Because if you're already a teacher, everything works through. If you've already been working for all these years as a teacher, now you can qualify, because if you've already done your training before in your country. So, and also you have to complete a course that is practically there's something they call it, it's called pedagogic focus. I don't know what they mean by that, but it's another information that is on the system that the UK government have said that if you must apply, so it has to come through. Then what else do I need to give you now? So for you to be qualified to teach children between 5 and 16 years old, those are the ages that you should be qualified to teach. So if you also have to have work experience for like 1 year, initially I said 2 years work experience, but now if it's from 9 months but without the holidays, that you've worked for at least 1 year, 9 months without holiday, then you are qualified. So now you see, it's good news. It's something that is very good, that for people who are teachers to be able to migrate from their country. So I'll leave information about this video, some of them under this video. But also, if you need more information, you can contact me. You can email me. I'll leave my email below, so you can contact me, and also I can make the application for you. So I got my information from the UK website, so you can do the same to find out if what I'm saying is actually accurate. So you can share this video to your friends and family. For those who are teachers, it's good news. So share it with them so that they will be able to apply and they can migrate to the UK. So it's good news for teachers. So I will advise, before you call me or before you make any application, so make sure that you check that you're eligible. Make sure that your certificates are checked. Make sure you contact the INEC, so for them to make sure that your documents, your results are okay. So let's look at the cost of the QTS application. I will also explain how much you'll be paid if you become a teacher in the UK. So for the cost of the QTS is if you're applying via the Teachers Regulation Agency, so your application will be free. They don't charge. It's completely free from the 9 countries I mentioned, so it's free. Then the second route, QTS, through the assessment only. So the money you have to pay is around 3,500 to 4,000 pounds. It depends on the provider which is assisting you to do the process or the application. So, and for those who wants to be trained in England before they can get their QTS, so you're looking at about £12,000. So it's like overseas student, so £12,000. And if you want to apply for QTS through the international QTS, international qualified international qualified teachers training, you're looking about 2,000 to 5,000 pounds. So these are the costs that you have to use, or different ways you can use to qualify to become a teacher in the UK. If at the end of the day, when you become a teacher in the UK, when you have QTS or you don't have QTS, so it depends on the part of UK that you'll be teaching. But if you're teaching in London, your salary is quite higher. It's about £34,000. But outside London, so you'll be looking about 32,000. Then if you're looking about fringe and the other one, the lowest one is £28,000. So you see, it's not so bad. And so that's the per annum. That's the money you get paid per annum. So can you say it's worth it? It's worth it. So I will advise that for you to get a job with the number of people that are out there looking for similar job, it's better to get QTS. So I wish you good luck, and if you need more questions, so let me know. So I'm going to do maybe more videos on how to search, but if you need this job done, contact me, and then I'll do it for you. Or if you have a family member who will need this, please share my information. Thank you for watching, and if you don't understand anything, please do ask below the video, and I'll leave my contacts below. So thank you so much, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Share it, a thumbs up to the video, so that it will reach those that wants to migrate from their country to the UK. And it's a good thing anyway. Let's take advantage of this, and let's have a happy migration process. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my other videos. God bless you. Mwah.